Coming up on Look Today, a man from Kingsbury accused of killing his girlfriend's daughter has refused a plea deal. I've got details. And Congresswoman Elise Stefanik previews her invasive species summit. And the Glens Falls Indians take the Foothill Council Championship title. It's all ahead on Look Today. Welcome, everyone. I'm Jay Hood Jackson, and this is Look Today. Well, in tonight's program, I sit down with Jordan Brand and Kyle Camilli. They're from the Ballston Spa Middle School to discuss this school's presentation of a high school musical. And I also sit down with Kevin Myers. He's the head chef of Gaffney's to sample his prize-winning chowder in anticipation of this weekend. Plus, we have the weather for your Tri-North counties. But first, these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, a Kingsbury man accused of killing his girlfriend's daughter with illegal drugs has refused a plea deal offer. Now, this would have dropped the murder charge against him in exchange for a guilty plea to first-degree manslaughter. Joshua Bennett would have served 21 years in state prison, and the case would have been resolved without trial. One-year-old Kaylee Castle died from complications from long-term drug exposure, and the autopsy revealed evidence of heroin and cocaine in her system. Now, although the records show no evidence of Bennett giving drugs to the girl, the mother said that he physically abused the child and was responsible for the drugs in the house. Bennett's lawyer said he would be willing to accept a deal that would include a guilty plea to felony charges of criminally negligent homicide and criminal possession of a controlled substance. We'll be sure to update you on this story as we get more details. In other news, Congresswoman Elise Stefanik took to the House floor to preview her invasive species summit. Now, our area has seen an influx of invasive species that threaten our waterways, especially Lake George, and it becomes difficult and costly to undertake management efforts of an invasive species once it has established itself, which is why prevention is so important. Well, Congresswoman Elise Stefanik will have an invasive species summit later today in Clayton, New York. Now, this summit will explore the best practices and information sharing, as well as working on innovative new solutions to stop this epidemic. The Congresswoman's summit is clear and concise to solving this issue, and the preview she addressed as Speaker of the House.
From Lake George to the St. Lawrence Seaway to the pristine waters of Lake Champlain and all of the beautiful mountains and maple trees that run between, my district is home to many ecological treasures, and many of these natural wonders have fallen under siege to invasive species that threaten the health and beauty of these natural habitats. Our environment is our lifeblood in upstate New York, and we must protect it from these predators to boost our economy and to ensure we protect our environment for future generations.
Yeah. All right, we're following this story very closely, as you can imagine, and we'll keep you updated on her summit and any details as we gather more information. Well, in the world of sports, the Glens Falls boys basketball team took the Foothills Council Championship title. A final result of 71-68 against Scotia secured what the team called their best victory of the season. Congratulations to the Glens Falls Indians. Well, changing from news to weather, unusually warm weather is still upon us. Let's see what's in store for the weekend, for the latest. Let's head to our Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast. And back to the news. Well, the community raises funds for a young athlete seriously injured in an accident. Now, Otto Miller was shoveling snow when he fell off the roof in January. Otto severed his spine and is now paralyzed from the stomach down. Well, the community in Queensbury has already raised over $22,000. We caught up with Otto's cousin, Adam Pencil, who discussed the importance of the fundraiser.
All of his friends and relatives are here, but it's also been support from some people that, we've never met before. And that's the most amazing part about this whole thing. It's the fact that The community has come together. People that I've never spoken a single word to are here, telling us how they were moved by Otto's story and want to be here to help. And that's one of the great parts about living here in upstate New York and in Queensbury and Lake George is that people are always there to help.
Boy, this is a terrible situation for Otto and his family at best. Please do your best to donate. Well, coming up, I sit down with Jordan Brand and Kyle Camilli. Now, these are two young actors from the Ballston Spa Middle School. They're here to discuss what it means to be part of the theater and acting. These kids are amazing. Well, I also sit down with Kevin Myers, a buddy of mine, who happens to be the head chef of Gaffney's, as he proves why his chowder is the best in town and the one you're going to want this weekend at Chowderfest. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea or join us for an interview, give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000.